Hi guys. So it is November 4th, and you've probably been watching a whole lot of content from everything up through the June and July trips and even the August trip that I took. And that's been slow content, I admit it, takes time for all of it to get done. But this is the beginning of a new series. New, you say, Michelle? Why, yes, new. We are heading back to Epcot to go back and look at Food and Wine to see the last things that I couldn't eat before because, I had some limitations, more so than normal. I still have gluten crustaceans and chickpeas all the time, but now I can have alcohol again, and I can have chocolate and coffee. So I'm all excited about some of the things that were there that I didn't get to try. We're going to have a lot of surprise guests joining us on this trip. We are going to have a lot of fun. We are headed off to the airport in just a few minutes. Let's make some magic. Okay, so we are now in the airport. I stopped at a Qdoba and grabbed a quick meal there. If I remember to find it, the picture of it will go right here. Just a quick thing to grab because my hope, sorry for all the bouncing, I don't have a tripod with me, but my hope is that when I land and I get to the resort that I'm actually going to be able to get some food at Three Bridges tonight. Try the gluten-free churros there again because I don't think I gave them a fair shake, and I'm willing to admit that if I was wrong, I was wrong, but I want to give it a chance. And yeah, so one of the things I actually did was I have a lot of extra Halloween candy, just not enough people came to the house. So I brought gift bags, little small gift bags for all of the people working on the plane, and then I have ones for the people coming, some of the people, like if there's a cast member that's particularly helpful. Some advice I got specifically for the cast members is that they can't eat it on street, or, out when they're in the public. And it's very hot there, so to make sure if you are doing it that it's things that don't melt. So things like the Tootsie Rolls, the Smart Skittles, the Starburst, things like that weren't going to melt and were completely sealed, were like a Tootsie Roll you could unroll and re-roll it, but the solid sealed ones, those are the ones that I've gifted for, set up as gifts for if I run into any cast members that are particularly helpful. And then here I'm giving the pilots the chocolate things because they're air conditioned here, so it's not the same kind of thing. I hope they will accept them. I hope they can use them. There's no guarantee, but I feel like it's the right thing to do. We board in about 7 minutes. So when I originally checked in, I purchased the early boarding stuff that you do, which is about $20 to get you earlier in the lineup. And I did that, and I looked at the lineup, and it was when I checked in immediately on time, it put me at B29. I'm like, that's like late. No, that's like the halfway point. And because I really want to get off the plane and get to the Sunshine Flyer and try to get to the resort so that I can try to get the food, I said, well, let me see if I can upgrade. Maybe I can. So I went in to see if I could do that. And $40, it'll allow me to be an A1 through 15. I went, okay, why not? Let's do that. So I did that. I'm A1. So, I'm looking forward to getting onto the plane very quickly. And then with my mask going to sleep. Like I said, I'm going to gift the chocolates to the pilots, and hopefully they will enjoy them. And if they don't, I'll gift it to somebody somehow. I still have a lot of chocolate at home and candy, just so much. Half of it went, and I had a lot of trick-or-treaters, just not as much as I normally do. So there you go. This is going to be a really exciting, fun trip, guys. It's a whirlwind trip. I do a lot of these because I don't have a whole lot of time, so it's in, get the footage, and get out. And and just enjoy what you can and trust what you can. But that's where we are. Like I said, in a couple minutes we're going to get on, so I'm going to go on, get my seat. I will have you with me, and we will probably have some lovely montage flight footage. And if that happens, let's put that in here. We are on the plane. There was a delay of about a half an hour. We're supposed to take off at 7:25. It's 7:48 now. People are getting on the plane. Every seat's going to be full. I will tell you, sitting on the front row, right side of the plane, if you have hips, this is not actually a great seat, but I'm going to go with it for now because it's one of the first ones off the plane. As a gift to the crew members, I gave them little baggies with the different Halloween candy. And I know they already looked at it because one of them said she had the best types of all the candy. The Butterfingers, so she started naming off what I had in there. So I'm very happy that I gave them things and it's things they liked. So we're getting ready to board. I will see you guys when we get off the plane and we head over to Coronado Springs. I'm hoping I still have enough time to get to Three Bridges. If not, I may run up to Dahlia to grab something, but it depends. Depends on how I feel.
As you see on the sign there, normally I would go out and go to the left, which is Mears. But tonight, we head the other direction to Sunshine Flyer. Let's see what it's like.
So we're outside. It's not as, in terms of initial stuff, it's not as comfortable per se as the Mears. The Mears is totally inside until you immediately walk out on getting your bus. Here, you come to the very end of the B gate, which honestly, when you come down the escalator, you're right there, like just one little section down. Came over to this side, walked outside, and our waiting area where you check in and where you wait is outside. And they basically said, come outside after you check in. You show them the QR code, although he did ask me for my confirmation number as well. He said it would be fine if we didn't have it, but since I was able to pull it up, we shared that. But now I am waiting outside. Now, if it was a really hot, miserable day, this might be unpleasant. You're in the shade, you're covered. I'm going to do sort of a quick spin because I don't, there's lots of families here, but let's do this as a kind of quick spin. La la la. La la la. Looks like they're doing some kind of construction out here as well, like behind that area over there. So it doesn't have a whole lot of theming per se. I know the buses are supposed to look like trains, so hopefully when that gets here, I'll get to see what that's like. It is now 10:23, so I got off my plane, at 10:10, and I was literally the first person to walk off the plane. So I got off the plane, and now I wait. There was another woman actually who was sitting next to me who hadn't booked her transport, and she ended up she's staying at Beach Club, I believe, with the same place where some of my cohorts were staying on this trip. So she went to try to book, and the thing said you can't book if it's less than 24 hours or less than 4 days. But she went to try to book it anyway, and they gave her a code saying you'll get it in 24 hours. So who knows? The premise that I've gotten is that once you get on the bus, you're never on the bus for more than an hour. So, and this is the Sunshine Flyer, so let me show you.
So they're all set up to look like trains, I was told. And it's got a little detailing on there. Boarding soon. It's less dynamic and interesting than some of them.
Okay, so what they've done is they've boarded us by, they kind of do it like a train where they call your, like, he actually blew a whistle, he's dressed like a conductor. It says, calls the resort, come on down, and then that resort loads. And then they call the next resort, so he's actually keeping the luggage set in sections. It's probably a slower boarding process, but it gets everyone on semi-efficiently. I'm guessing that they're calling it from the backwards to the front. We'll see. They called Animal Kingdom, then they called Coronado, which makes me think I will be one of the last people getting off of the bus. The seats are very comfortable. They do have handles for yourself. They do have separators for your seat. There's a TV going there. I'm not sure what this is. The scene selection bonus features for Pizza Planet. The guy getting you on the train was dressed as a conductor in the costume. The person checking us in and the two people checking in, and the person who's actually getting us on the bus were not in the engineer costumes. But the guy that was in the costume, top-notch personality. Definitely, had that whole come on down, in the right thing. He was chatting with people, talking about like, yeah, I've been at that resort and I used to work there, and this just very friendly, very nice. So I'm hoping that worked. Now it is 10:30 now, and depending on how many other resorts we're stopping at, because I've already heard Animal Kingdom, Coronado Springs, Caribbean Beach. I don't know what other resorts we're going to have here. And depending on how many stops we have, I still don't know if I'm going to get there in time. This is a good sign that the lights are out. I'm not sure. Oh, that's it. So it's only 3 or 4. So we're heading out to the resort. It's 10:30 if I'm lucky. I'll get there close to 11. And if that's the case, I'll just go immediately. I know where my room is. It's on the 9th floor, which at this point, well, at the time you see it won't matter. It's 9419. I'm going to literally just drop off my bags and then immediately go ahead right back out to Three Bridges and see if I can make it in time to get something to eat there. So wish me luck.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome aboard Sunshine Flyer. We should be on Disney property in about, I'd say, 25 to 30 minutes, and our first stop will be Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Okay, and
then it will be Coronado Springs.
Okay,
then
so
we'll head over to Caribbean Beach and then Pop Century.
Okay.
All right, so sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. We should be at your resorts in no time.
So Animal Kingdom Lodge is one of the farthest away, so they're going all the way up and then slowly working their way back, which is actually kind of nice. Mirrors usually goes sort of the opposite, where they start you at the, they go to the closest and then work their way to the farthest away. So we're now driving the length of the terminal, so we'll be going by where the Mirrors buses are. Mirrors Connect is the same price, it's $16 each way. The initial meet and greet was efficient. Meh, in terms of experience, it wasn't quite as seamless, but they haven't been doing it as long, like in terms of comfort and theming. They do have like curtains and things hanging, and it is a very comfortable bus, but it's not as themed as I was expecting, which is fine if it's a comfortable bus and it's quick. I got down there, what did I say, at about 10:28, so I only waited about 5 minutes to get on the bus. We're already on the road. Almost, like you said, a half an hour, which is about 11 o'clock. And because I'm the second out of 4 stops, hopefully that'll be relatively quick. They had a lot of luggage, the first group, but that's okay. We made it, guys. The airport, the airline staff was very appreciative of the candy. The one woman kept saying, oh, she has the best kinds in there. She had finished her bag before the flight even landed. And they did thank me profusely because one of them said, once you get delayed, you keep getting delayed. You don't get to stop to eat. You don't get to stop for anything. So they were very appreciative of that. So keep that in mind. Don't inundate them with stuff. During Christmas, I'm going to do what I did before, which is bring some kind of a nice candy for each of them. And who knows, maybe I'll pick something up at Disney that's a small, munchable thing for people to share. But just a little something to say I appreciate the work you're doing. Because I do. I can't get here without them. Plans for this trip. Staying in Coronado Springs in the Grand Destino Tower. I called in advance. I believe it's 15 or 16 floors, and I asked them for the highest that I would be allowed. So tonight, the goal, if I can manage to do it, and I get my stuff into my room, because I know where it is, I don't have to check in, go to Three Bridges, get the food that I can get, then unpack, get my room in order, get myself in order, and then I am up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, because I'm going to be out the door by about 7:15 because I am meeting one of my cohorts at Epcot at 8 o'clock. And if we are lucky, at 7, I am going to try to purchase Lightning Lane for the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to get my motion sickness bands, get everything together, have it all out and set, and then once I know what time that's supposed to be, then that's when I know when I need to take the Dramamine and I need to get the motion sickness bands on, because I am not taking any I'm going to be overly cautious because I need to eat the rest of the day and I need to be comfortable. And I only will do it the once, so we'll see how that goes. Unless I find out I really love it, and then what the heck, I have a feeling I will only do it once, but I want to get it once, and I'll try to get the GoPro to film it for you guys, so there you go. I'll get about an hour, because she has some scheduling things, to run around and do some gluten-free foods and drinks with one of the Instagram gurus for allergy foods. Her name is, she posts under Gluten-Free Disney World, but her name is Gluten-Free Gina when you talk to her. And she is fabulous in a hoot. You've seen her before. And then the second half of the day, I'll be meeting up with my friends Lori and her husband. I'm not sure if he's going to be visible on the vlogs yet. I forgot to ask him. I know she will be. We will continue to do all the fun stuffs in the parks. I feel like I should still have my mask on, and I might put that back on in a minute. Yeah, I definitely will do that. And then that night, I'm going to try to head over to Fantasmic and ride and see Fantasmic, and hopefully I will be able to get in. And there you go. So sit back, relax, and hopefully some of this vlog will have me walking over to 3 Bridges and getting in. Disney World! The happiest place on earth. We're here, yay! And I was just noting to the lady behind me, very nice lady, that it's blue. Now on the very top there, you can see the red tones. That is Toledo, which is the restaurant that's up there. And on the other side, which is really facing the other direction, is where Dahlia Lounge is. And you can look outside at night. It is marvelous. We are on the 14th floor, which I believe is 1 floor from the top. I'm so excited. Here we go. Now the bus is going to drop us off at the far end down there, so we have to walk it up to the building, but that's not awful. I love the artwork here. Oh wait, the bus is going somewhere else. It's dropping us off where the Magic Kingdom buses are, I think, rather than over where Mears stops. Okay, it's 11:29. Everything closes at midnight. We're gonna try to get there before it closes, so wish me luck. That's where we're trying to go, where all the lights are. 11:37. We made it. They're getting a table ready for me, and then we're going to order some food. That will be on a different vlog. Okay, made it. Put my order in at like 11:40 at night. So I will be having a burger and fries and churros with ice cream around midnight. But I earned it. I may be exhausted when I get up at 6 o'clock tomorrow for everything I have to do, but that's okay. It's worth it. When I left the resort, the main building, the Destino Tower, and I walked, I did exactly the wrong thing again. When you were facing the Destino Tower and you walk out, you could go toward El Centro to take a bridge, or you can go toward the Maya Temple pool. Go toward El Centro. Well, actually, it's technically that. It will feel counterintuitive, but it's faster. It's faster. I really just took the long way around. Great cardio, got my heart rate up. But that was not my intention for the day, no. So go by El Centro, and then there's a bridge right in the middle of the El Centro. Walk across, you're there. And that's the way I'll go back at the end. I have been in my room. I literally walked in, took a half a glance, threw everything in, and left. When I come back to the hotel, one of the things I'm going to do is use some of the gift cards I have to pay off the balance on the room. For those of you who follow along, you can do that. You don't have to leave it on the card because they don't fit. For me, they don't finish it because I'm an annual pass holder. I pay when I get here, kind of thing. But if you pay by gift cards, then the bill's cleared out. There's nothing holding on your credit card, and that way they don't charge it. So tomorrow I can start charging things to the room through my Magic Band, and then I'll just pay that again tomorrow night and just settle out the bill each night. It's just kind of one bill. Simple. It's better that way. I'm not going to recommend Sunshine Flyer. I'm really. The website was fine. The price is fine. It's the same, but Mears is the same price, $16 each way. They touted it looking like old-timey and getting on the train, and isn't this great? There was one person dressed up in the train gear, and don't get me wrong, he was awesome. Blew the whistle, woo, everyone boarding now, blah, 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 and named the resorts, and then you would come up, and they would call you resort, and then you would load, and then they call you resort, and they'd load you in, which makes it easier to load in, load out for the bus driver, and that makes sense. Nobody else was dressed. We got on the bus. The only thing that made me think of a train was there were curtains in between some of the windows, like you would see at some train windows and like the older train cars. And it didn't look a whole lot like a train on the outside. I mean, I guess it kind of did. You'll see the video of it. I couldn't get super close by the time I got on. And the bus driver didn't know where to park here. He went to park over where the regular buses park. The Disney buses when they're taking you to the parks. And the gate doesn't lift because you're not supposed to go there. And we wasted like 5 minutes, 6 minutes while he's just trying to figure out why the gate won't go up. Finally somehow got in, parks over at El Centro and says, "Oh, were you at the Grand Destino?" Now, even if I wasn't staying at the tower, the Grand Destino is the check-in desk. That's where everyone goes. Everyone checks in at Grand Destino. That's where Mears drops off, and I don't know if Mears' spot has other buses, but that to me is where the buses drop off for these outside companies. So I said, yes I do. And he was like, "Oh, well, I mean, I can drive you around." At that point, I'm like, I'm not getting back on the bus to have him lock everything back up. Oh, and as I'm getting out of the bus, the last step is taller than the steps inside the vehicle. There's no watch your step, be careful. Got my camera in my hand, got my bags. Boom. Fell off the last step, landed on both my knees. I still tipped him for carrying the bags and for getting them. Yeah, so both of my knees now are bruised, and I'm going to be wearing a short skirt tomorrow. So I hope they don't look awful. And this is your job, is to drive buses to the resorts. You need to know where they go. Common sense, you need to know where they go. I don't care if you're living in a casita or whatever, you drop them off at the main building, and then there are buses that go around where you get some from the hotel. El Centro has not been the place where buses would go, and the check-in desk, since 7 years ago. I don't get it. And supposedly he's one of the drivers, so he's been doing this. I don't know if he was new. I don't know if this is the first time he's gone to Coronado. I can't imagine it was, though. And this was middle of his day. The last bus is leave at 11, so he'd been driving during the day. I don't get it. Maybe it's wrong of me. I try to be open-minded, but what the hell? And if I had stayed on that bus and waited for him to get back in, lock it up, and slowly drive us all the way around, because you have to be careful in that bus, I'd have been there forever. So I just dragged my suitcases over to the Disney bus stop station, and then, of course, the closest thing is stairs. Not taking them upstairs. I have 2 bags for him. So I walked all the way to the far end, and then up the ramp, and took that, and was in and through and up into my room, But now, luckily, I still made it. It's 11:56. At least my food order is in. I'm hoping they will still make my dessert for me, because they are open till midnight, and I got to make sure they're going to put that in. I pre-ordered it. I told them I wanted it, so hopefully we'll be okay. Yeah, just crazy. But I'm in the Disney bubble. It added drama tonight. There you go, content. Speaking of which, if you haven't done so already, please remember to like this video. Put in the comments if you stayed at Grand Destino. I would love to know. And tell me, what things do you want to see out of these vlogs? The travel ones, I try to go to places and do things that you guys want to see. So this is a travel vlog. It's not one of the more exciting ones. Well, now it is. But what content do you want? What is it that would excite you? Would make you want to come and watch these? What can I do to help you make your Disney trip or your planning for your Disney trip better? Especially if you're all adults. I can help answer questions with kids, but I don't have any. I've never had them. The youngest person I traveled with was 11 or 12 when I traveled with her. And then I met up with some people that had a kid that was around 7 at the time, I think, for a half a day. So it's not my expertise. It's just not. But what can I do to help you find out what makes Disney exciting?
Panchitos is your quick serve, your random sundries. I remember sitting on this mountain years ago chatting with a person, but this was the check-in desk. And there's a chessboard. Look at that. It's pretty. I love the carpets. They use green here instead of the orange from the main building. So pretty. Coronado Springs Resort. Oh, you can see it better on the camera than I can. It's a Mickey. Ha! That's very fun. All right, let's go to the front desk, pay off my bill.
Welcome to the room. So here we are. So there's kind of just open space here, but we've just come in from the doorway. You've got sliding doors to the bathroom, part of my luggage there. Let me do this. I got a king bedroom rather than a queen room. Normally it's 2 queen beds, but here. Actually, I'm going to do this so I can see what's going on. So you've got a queen bedroom. One of my favorite little touches is on the door here. It's just one little Mickey Mouse head. And it's pretty hidden. If you didn't look for it, you wouldn't know it was there. But you can slide the door or slide it open for the bathroom. Now this is set up as if it was a 2-person room, which I kind of love. So much light. There you are. 2 sinks, set-in sinks. We've got body lotion, aloe gel, which I may need because I forgot I may not have enough sunscreen. Okay, now there's sea salt in this facial soap, yeah, which means I ain't using it because sea salt and I don't get along. But it's got the rain shower head with the other shower head. You've got the little cord, this thing here, which I learned if you pull it across, allows you to hang up and dry your bathing suits, your towels. You've got the H2O products. If you are celiac, do not use the conditioner or the shampoo. They have gluten in them. Up to your closet, which I will be hanging stuff in shortly. And they've got a rack for your bag. They've got the hair dryer, extra pillow and blanket if we needed it. But a nice big space here. Full-size mirror so we can get dressed in the morning. I will be hanging things in there shortly. There used to be like a table with coffee, I think, or something over here, but there's nothing there. And there really isn't a whole lot of artwork, which is surprising. Actually, there's very little artwork. You've got the Keurig coffee maker and light. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So they do have 50th Keurig cups. I forgot to bring a plant-based milk with me, but I could do a whole lot of creamer and do one of those potentially. Or I may gift them. We've got the welcome. There's someone staying with, so actually not staying with me, but staying. So we've got the king-size bed, and I'm curious, because they said extra pillow and blanket, is it? Oh my God, I think it is. I think, oh no, it's just a regular couch. Okay, so regular couch. So I have a lounge and relaxing space. I have my bed, and then we're up on the 14th floor. There's still a little humidity here. Okay. You can see something lit up over there. You can see, they don't clean this glass very often, unfortunately. You got your front entrance. In the daytime, actually, I believe, oh yeah, that's the tree. That's Hollywood Studios over there. Sorry, let me see if you can point where you can see it. So you can, if I can bring it in, let me see if I can bring it in so you can see. Did you see the little green in the distance there? And I believe that is the tree. I am sorry, this camera does not get close the way the others do. I think Blizzard Beach is off that way. And then you go to the far end. We'll see this better tomorrow night at Dahlia Lounge. But you can see from the top up from Dahlia Lounge just everything. It's awesome. And yeah, you've got, on the other side you would see the water, which is very peaceful, but I kind of like seeing the parks in the morning. So that's the view there. Let's get on the light. The room. And that bed is calling my name. So what I'm going to need to do now is turn the temperature up. I love this. You have your own temperature gauge. And I'm going to put it to a temperature I am comfortable with, because 65 is way too cold for me. I'm going to unpack. I'm going to get my stuff organized. And that is it for tonight, guys. If this has helped you figure out how to travel and what Coronado Springs is like, please give this video a thumbs up and let me know. Tell me what you'd like to see next. Subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot more content coming. We'll be back again in December. We've got a weekend here, which is going to be a few weeks for you. And then back in December. I can't wait to share all this with you. But, you know, hey, that's what we're here for. Just, you know, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. And don't forget that, I don't have a tagline. Singing, hey ho, a maiden's life, 1, 2, 3. Hey ho, a maiden's life, won't you drink with me?